Hey YouTube, John here. I thought I'd really quick just cover a ad hoc video because I'm editing a whole bunch of content and it's taking forever. So I just wanted to cover this really quickly, just going over my FSD Beta experience. So I have sent an email to the FSD Beta team numerous times, and the gist of it is basically this. I've kind of watered it down. I wanted to read it to all of you. Dear FSD Beta team, thank you for all that you do. I received my last 2 strikes with no warnings. There were no please pay attention to the road messages, and I believe they were issued in error. And then I share my VIN number, and then I go on to say that I drove for 7.5 months with beta 10.3 to 10.11.2 with only 1 strike. Then I got 3 strikes within 2 weeks using version 10.12.2. My first strike happened with 10.8.1 as I was entering the highway. The first 2 warnings were justified due to distractions. The third warning was a false trigger. So then I went on, that was basically end of January, maybe early February 2022. Then my second strike happened in the beginning of June with version 10.12.2. It happened while I was filming unprotected left turn tests. The strike happened on camera after receiving 2 warnings that I didn't quite notice. And you can see the video here. Or at any time, auto steer unavailable for the rest of this drive. And then for my third strike, now my third and fourth strikes happened on consecutive days, one after another, and I didn't receive any warnings for these. So I was quite shocked because previously every single time I'd get 3 warnings and then I'd get a strike. So for my third strike, it happened with 10.12.2 on June 8th around 9:48 p.m. Central. I had moved my sun visor to a position that was covering the camera while it was nighttime. Previously, this did not result in any warnings or strikes when I was using beta, so I was really glad to see that you had fixed this issue. However, I am receiving reports that other people can still do this. In other words, block the camera from seeing your eyes, along with wearing a hat and covering their eyes with the brim of the hat. So just to go over that, what happens is if you wear sunglasses, a lot of people have asked me about this using beta. What happens? Well, if you wear sunglasses, the in-cabin camera still tracks your head. It does not track your eyes because obviously it can't see your eyes. So it relies entirely on the position of your head. So do not shift or look around, because if the minute you do that, you'll get a warning. Quite possibly you get a direct strike. The second thing that I've noticed is that you can take a hat and wear a hat, and it will still track the position of your head and it will track the position of your eyes. However, if you take the brim of your hat and you lower it down so it covers your eyes entirely from the in-cabin camera, in my experience, the car will happily drive along without tracking the position of your head or your eyes, which is quite surprising. The second thing that I noticed is that if you take your visor and you pull it down and you cover up the in-cabin camera from seeing your eyes, it will also drive along happily as if there are no issues in the world, not paying any attention to the driver's head position or their eyes. Maybe I got the strike for another reason. I was not using my GoPro camera at the time. So the only thing I can speculate here is that I had my phone, maybe a text message came in. I think everybody at some point when they're driving reaches for their phone, and whether it's instinctively or you have a critical message coming in. So I think that's quite normal as long as you're not, staring at your phone. And I don't remember to be accurate, but I may very well have reached for my phone at that time. So my fourth strike happened the very next day, instantly with no warnings. It was around 11:15 p.m. I was driving home from a friend's house. Knowing that I only had 2 strikes left, I was extremely careful while using beta. I was paying attention to the road and applying torque to the steering wheel. I was a little bit tired, however, so my eyelids were drifting or drooping a little bit. The in-cabin camera picked up on this. Bravo. And I have noticed before, if you are sleepy and you droop your eyes, and I've done some videos on this as well, you will get a please pay attention to the road message. Auto steer unavailable for the rest of this drive. But this time, and I applauded the team for recognizing that. That's fantastic. I think that's awesome. But in this case, I did not get any warnings. It just went to an instant strike. That was my 4th strike. Fine. I'm willing to live with that. So if they've changed the algorithm and it just gives you an instant strike for being sleepy, I get it. Then that's great. It would just have been nice to know that. So if anybody is sleepy, be very, very careful using FSD Beta. All right, 5th strike. So this hasn't actually happened yet. However, I was daring enough to use beta for a 50-minute drive on Friday, June 10th. So this was all within 3 days of each other. And this next drive took place in the late morning, and I had filmed everything. And during this drive, I did receive 2 system errors for no apparent reason. I haven't had this happen before, and it seemed identical to a strike based on the red steering wheel and the audible alarm noise. So I made a mistake and thought I had received a strike. You can see the first system error here. I'm not going to take over immediately. And you can see the second system error here. There it is again. So then I go on to mention, can you please authorize a strike reset for my vehicle? Thank you. So whether they can authorize a strike reset or not, I have no idea, but I think my thought is, why not ask for it anyway? That is all I have. Now, if I do get a strike reset, I'm going to be very quiet, probably on social media, because I realize it's probably the exception. But to be honest with you, I'm pretty certain I'm not going to get it. So I don't think anybody else is going to get it either. However, it is important to report these things. So I do believe that 2 of my strikes were given to me in error, in that I did not receive any warnings. So hopefully this clarifies anything with my current situation, and I hope everybody else has better luck than me. Please don't grab your phone. The other cautionary statement I've received from friends is they said basically maybe my glasses were reflecting the light. It couldn't have happened at night though. So I doubt that was the case at night. But that is a legitimate concern. It is quite possible that your glasses could be reflecting the light. And the last warning is, do not be sleepy. So don't fall asleep or even attempt to pretend like you're falling asleep when you're using FSD Beta. So I hope that helps everybody. I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks a lot for watching. Please subscribe, hit the like button. Greatly appreciated. Talk to you later.